Alright guys, today we're going to be taking a look at something I've had for about a year and a half. I've gone back and forth on whether or not I should make a video of it at all, because I wasn't sure that anybody would really care. But any vintage or classic moviegoer should enjoy this. Today we're going to be taking a look at a bicycle that was owned by the one and only Patrick Cranshaw. Alright, if this guy's face looks a little bit familiar, but you just can't quite put your finger on where you've seen him, Patrick Cranshaw was the hobo on the train from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He was the one singing Jimmy Crack Corn and I Don't Care until Pee-wee lost his mind and jumped off of a moving train to get away from him. He was also the really old, wisecracking taxi driver from Bubble Boy that kept dying. This picture actually came with the bike. Patrick Cranshaw's bike and picture. It comes with a bunch of information. He died right here in Fort Worth, Texas. He was on the Dukes of Hazzard as well, although I cannot find a clip of any scene he was in. Yeah, right here. He was in the Bonnie and Clyde movie, which part of it was filmed in Pilot Point, Texas at the bank, which is why they have Bonnie and Clyde days. I have a video on the reenactment outside the bank on my channel if you want to look at Bonnie and Clyde Days Festival. He was in a whole bunch of movies, actually. Right there, bam. Dukes of Hazzard. Now, the deal was you buy the bike, you have to take the picture, which is... This thing's creepy, and I don't really want to hang it up in my house. I'm not really sure why Patrick Cranshaw had a, U.S. Air Force poster of himself, but I mean, whatever. Sleep tight, America. Your Air Force is awake. That's not helping. Here's the bike, and I find it very unusual that it is a deluxe model. It's not a super deluxe, so I have not been able to find any information on this. It's just an oddity. When you look up Ross Deluxe, nothing comes up. It only comes up with super deluxe models, so I'm not really sure what year this is from. It's in pretty good shape. The paint is blistering a little bit, but I mean, it's old. But it is still the original paint, original reflector. It's really, really intact. Here's a shot of the head badge. Any bicycle fanatics out there, if you could give me any kind of information on what this is, what year it might have come from, and or value of said bike, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let me see if I can find where the serial number is. It's probably on the bottom of the crank set. Let's get this bike flipped over. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This might get you some information. R68140619. Now, my grandpa is the one who originally bought this, and he never did anything with it other than he put new tires on it and had the bike shop go through the brake, which the bike shop did not do a very good job of going through this brake, so I had to go back through it. It hung in his garage forever. I'm going to say 10 years, and I finally just kind of... I worked for him for a little while. I'd go over there and I'd do some household maintenance, repair his lawn tractor, generator, all kinds of other stuff, weld his fence, anything he needed me to do, and then he just gave me the bike. Because I always felt bad about taking money from him. He always wanted to pay me for my work, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just work towards the bike. And he's like, okay. So, I mean, I didn't feel as bad about the bike as I would have just, him trying to pay me. It's in really good shape. Wheels don't seem to be warped or anything. My grandpa is the one that put the rear rack on there, but it's such an odd angle. It's kind of useless, and I don't really like the way it looks. So I'm probably going to take that one off. And I do have a vintage rack that used to be on my Nerve motorized beach cruiser, which was my favorite bike until its inevitable destruction by somebody that tried to run me over. So that sucked. At least I still have the rack and the bent handlebars and many, many injuries that I will live with for the rest of my life. But that is a good looking bike. I'm leaving the basket on there because that was on there when he bought the bike. I think the pedals are original. They're really nicely made. Anyway, if anybody knows how to figure out what year this is from, maybe run that date code or serial number. I'm assuming there's a date code hidden in that somewhere. Let me know. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of the bike and the kind of spooky picture of Patrick Cranshaw. I did finally decide to make a video of this bike, mainly because when you look up Patrick Cranshaw, he really wasn't credited for a lot of the work he did, and he worked in Hollywood forever, and he just needs someone to remember him. And just kind of cool bike. I really wish it was actually screen used in something, or I had a picture of him maybe riding it, or if I had any kind of information of why he had it. Did he ride it back in the day? Was it his kids? I don't know. I don't know how to get a hold of anybody from his estate or anything to ask them about the bike, but if anyone comes across it in the future, it's being well taken care of. My oldest daughter does love riding it all the time, and it makes her happy, and it's garage kept. So anyway, give me a like if you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you guys next time.